Hey everybody, welcome back to Space. No, where am I? Hello everyone, welcome back to Satisfactory 1.2. I go over this in my head before I start, and I get it right in my head. As soon as it tries to come out of my mouth, though, I get confused of where the hell I am. Hey everyone, good morning. Welcome back to Satisfactory, where we are trying to once again conquer the desert. And right at the moment, the desert is winning a little bit. Yeah, so last time we were playing, we were working on getting our tractors up and running. You can see I got my tractor stations and that and whatnot. And I was kind of figuring out how the new truck and tractor paths worked. Well, I did figure it out. I actually understand it, and the secret is you have to build a complete loop, but once you've constructed that loop, you can basically lay your paths down like you would a train track. Let me actually get back into my proper HUD here, and if we look at the path here, and I actually bring the tool on, you can see there's the path. So yeah, the different colors represent different tractors going down different routes, and you can see how I've got, no, wrong button, help me, what am I doing? I'm doing this, I'm doing that, there we go. So you can see, yeah, you can actually select it. They select like segments, you can have them cross paths, and they do a pretty good job. In fact, you can see here that I've got really a complete full load of quartz. If we run over here, you can see that well, it's not a full load of iron. That iron is actually going somewhere. I've got my steel production in the little back corner here, so I've run that iron line back to here to the very, 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 very temporary, see, it's so far away, the very temporary steel production, so I can keep building that up. So yeah, that's everything's working there. The problem is that I have currently run out of power. Like while I was kind of playing around with the tractors, and I was doing a little bit of kind of getting ready for today, mostly in, where's the next project going to go, and that was going to be, bringing over the Caterium, so I could show you how the road system works and stuff like that. Yeah, I kept running out of power. In fact, I've gone and put in a switch here because I've had to run out of power so often that I have to delete that power line so that I can get the generators back up and working. And even still, no matter how much I'm feeding the machines, they are just not, honestly, I'd have to be constantly, yeah, see, it's empty again, constantly filling up and cutting down trees. Now, I do have a tractor around here somewhere. Where did I leave my tractor? I even got a tractor somewhere. I parked it somewhere. I don't remember where it is. And, filling that up, and it just doesn't last. So I'm kind of at an emergency point where I am going to have to transfer to coal power. And to be honest, I've been kind of late on it a little bit. So I used I gotta get some coal here. Hang on a sec. Yes, my power's been running out so often that the stations have been shutting down, and the tractors have been doing their job so well that they just kept running, and they keep running out of coal or fuel exactly at this spot. Like, they're very consistent now. This guy here, he actually still has a little bit of coal. He just didn't get quite as far as him, but he is waiting. So the tracks are doing their job. Let me quickly fill this guy up here. Remembering where I am, so we're going to split the load there. We're going to send him off his little way. This guy's going to try to run off with his one bit of coal. Like, this is consistent. So the tractors are definitely doing their work. The problem, again, of course, is that it just keep running out of power. Again, I can't keep all my generators running. There's not enough grass and wood, and I don't feel like doing it consistently anymore. Now, one of the advantages of being slightly behind my usual curve for coal power is that I have actual full access to 140 coal per minute. Normally when I'm setting these things up, I have to do it at either 60s or 120 belts. And then I have to go back in, do expansion. It usually has to be a step, but I have, and I'm just taking a trip down the roadway here. So yeah, this road system's working all really quite lovely. I really like the highway hypertubes work now. It makes getting around so much easier. All right, here we go. Okay, so I started building a new road. I've also built myself another blueprint for these intersections. It's a 4x5 intersection. How can it be 4x5, you say? Well, there's an interesting little thing I discovered. So let's take a little ADHD side trip here. I'm going to drop down. I'm going to drop down a blueprinter, and I'll just float it up so it's not clipping into the terrain. There we go. And wrong button yet again. Get out of Space Engineer button mode. All right, let's get over here. So if you're laying down a foundation, so if I grab, yeah, I love you guys. If I grab a foundation here, and let's just put it right smack dab in the middle. So we'll be nice and centered up. So if I got one right there, so I no longer can really do, come on, Zoot, please. No, that's wrong. Jeez, I am struggling this morning. I don't know what buttons are. There we go. 0. In there. Okay, so there we go. I got a single foundation in the center. Now, normally what that would mean is that I can only have, by putting one right there, because remember this is only a 4x4, is that I can't go out to the outer edges. Here's the thing, I can. Foundations will go outside to this point here. They will actually fill in the full width. You could honestly do a 5x5 foundation. Now, it's only some things that will work, so walls will work. But if I try to do that with conveyor, honestly, you know what? Let's do some experimentation. I'm making absolute claims here. Yeah, you can see that the conveyor will not work. So mechanically, we are still 4x4, but building-wise or structurally, we could go 5x5, which I thought was really, really interesting. And very, very convenient, because what that allowed me to do them. Them what? I'm not sure what you're referring to there, guy. No, this is not AI, buddy. AI does not have conversations. Nor does it play video games. Yeah, this is a real human being live. It is not AI. I'm not going to be take it as the insult that it should be. I have very, very, very strong opinions against AI. So yeah, no, not AI. All right, anyway, so what that does with the 4x5s is it does give you the opportunity to make some, you know, slightly better. Yeah, well, you'd be completely wrong there, fella. Don't know what to tell you. You can believe whatever you want, no matter how wrong you are in life. That's one of the things about living in a free society. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to head down to the end, and you keep up with this track, by the way. I am just going to bounce you out. Okay, so we're going to put in another, keep this extending, and we're going to pop that into place, and we're going to keep moving that in there. And I'm not going to let this go for a little bit, that you're actually interrupting someone else's stream because you have no idea what AI actually is. It's really quite rude. It's really insulting. And quite frankly, it's very selfish of you. And I really don't appreciate that. So maybe, yeah. Let's not bring that up and mention it again. How's that sound? Okay, so basically I'm gonna be doing today is I'm gonna be setting up my coal power. So I've got my highway running down here. I started running the highway down here not for the coal, but I have a pure deuterium node down here that I wanted to start tapping into so I can get my quick wire. This is actually a pretty profitable little area here. Is that I've also got some iron over here. So if we have a quick boo here, I've got an impure iron. That's no big deal, but there is another iron slightly further down here that is pure. So again, lots of resources. So kind of really having fun with the roads and getting the tractors. But the reason I'm over here is not for the iron. It is in fact for, where did it go? Is that you? Nope, that's I didn't mark it. Let me go to a quick scan here for the coal. Is that there's also a coal node right over here, standing right next to it. Didn't even see it. So I've got this lovely pure coal node, which means I can pull it up to 240 coal out of it, and I've got a lovely supply of water. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be setting up a coal power plant down at the end of the street here. So we're going to set up, have a deuterium pickup. We'll eventually have another iron pickup, but I want to get this coal in here. And I'm going to keep it all basically working with the roadway here. So let me grab the road segment here. So the way this one basically works here is that if I pop it into place here, is that it's got a little bit of overlap on the railings. So some things, again, are 4x5. Some things can go a little further. Railings can go slightly outside. So what I've got is basically like a little interlinking segment here. And I've got one side a hypertube. So what I want to do here is I just want to make sure I've got the hypertube on the right side. Probably easier to do this up on top. La 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 la. And I'm not gonna make it. I really gotta put more freaking ramps up here. Okay, you know what? Enough is enough. Road's getting long enough. I need ramp. So let's grab a foundational piece, and we'll make it one of them. We'll grab a lovely little rampy. I might as well turn it into stairs, because why not? And we'll flip that around and we'll come back down again, and there we go. Okay, so setting down the road segments here, and we'll switch it over to blueprint, and I just have to back each segment up by 4, and whoop, remember the direction you're looking, and it just locks into place, and there we go. So I'm going to keep pushing this down this way a little bit. I'm pretty sure I am going to miss the deuterium. Yep, it's right there. So I've already missed the deuterium. And I want to get down and let's create basically an end of the line scenario here. I'm going to go probably right to the water's edge. Like so. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so the coal, boss, the coal. I think the coal's directly below me. There it is. All right, perfect. So the coal's there. I think this can be the end of the road here. So let's actually build out a little bit of a segment here. Now, I don't actually need a tractor to come all the way down here, but in case I do, for whatever reason, like needing to bring building materials or something. That reminds me, where the hell did I leave my tractor? Oh, there it is. I left it way the heck over there. Don't know why. Anyway, so I want to build it up at this level here. I'm going to put a little parking lot. Normally when I do my coal, I really don't have a lot of the building materials and stuff like that, so I get I kind of just put in a very basic platform with the coal, and I'm thinking I want to do something a little bit more refined this time. So I'm gonna go like this. I also need to, because I never remember these things, I need to figure out exactly how many coal plants I'm going to need. So let's grab a coal plant here, pop into our power, grab our coal powered plant, and there we go. All right, so we need 45 coal per minute per one of these guys here. I can do a maximum of 240, so we're going to do some math here. So 240 divided by 45. That's going to give me 6. Why does that number does not seem quite right? I feel like I should be getting more. Problem is, I can't really trust. Oh, that's the fluid amount. It needs 45 fluid per minute. Yeah, see, it doesn't really tell me how much coal that it actually wants until it starts getting coal. So, again, I just plainly plumb forgot. So I'm going to start building out some platform here. Now I'm thinking what I want here. How do I want to do this? So I'm going to do a couple of plants here. Because eventually what I want to do, I want to wall it all in. I want to enclose it all in. Let me change this to concrete. There we go. All right, so let's get these guys to concrete here, and we can grab a sample. So let's build these guys out. So what I'm going to do to figure out my numbers is I'm going to put in the first little bit. Get one of them up and running. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so let's put in 3 to start, just again to make sure I can figure out my math. Surface is not too uneven. We are going to, which way do I want to put them? So the power line's there. Yeah, I'm going to put them this way. Normally I have my power lines all facing in the inside, but that's again because I'm just doing a very generic type putting it down. So I'm going to use the underslung method I normally use. For running infrastructure. Let's make sure we got some decent space out front here. We want to go that far back? No, that'll do. We can get one of those in. Let's make sure we have to get a bit more power here, or concrete there. Don't want to be falling down, so we're going to like that. I guess I really didn't need to use the 2 meter, but there we go. Okay, so we got one of those there. Let's grab another one over here. There we go. And need to make expansion there. I used to have the ratio just memorized, but for the life of me, it's drawing up blank. Oh, hey, Mercer. Okay. Regardless of what the actual number is, we are going to need to get some coal going up here. So we are going to gently settle to the ground. Am I not? There we go. Okay, oh, I didn't take into account for that on the blueprint. Oops. All right. Let's bring one of you guys down to the ground. And we'll bring you over to the coal. What height do you want to be at? Oh, I'm running out of concrete. Damn it! Never fails. Okay. Concrete's gonna have to build up a little bit, so what I'll do here is I'll get some more of my conveyor or the hypertube working. And up we go. And there we are. I gotta run back to the base, I might as well grab... Yeah, so now I'm out of steel pipe. Okay, let's head back. I'm gonna borrow some bits and pieces from some of these guys here so that I can put one of those in. I don't want to walk all the way back there. This road is... Uh-oh. You know what helps? Having your power lines run as well. Oops. Okay, so let's keep walking. I'm walking here because I gotta connect the yeah, power poles. Now it's not a perfect blueprint, you know, at least a little bit of extra power. Poles lying around, but you know, it's about convenience. Okay, you guys all powered up now? Yes, you are. Can I borrow you? Thank you. And away we go. All right. And there it is. Can I get out of here, please? Oh, now I'm stuck. No! Let me out! Well, that sucked. Right at the wrong time, too. Okay, well, let's put this back. And I guess we're going to do a little bit of a walk. Oh, yeah, I'm going to leave the power off now. Just because I'm getting tired of having to constantly... Come on. Go grab more plants. So, yeah. All right, here we go. Cross the desert one more time. Hello. How are you this morning? Chomo. Yeah, how's it going this morning, Chomo? Sorry. I have a really hard time pronouncing names and remembering names. It's almost, well, it is embarrassing. So, and a pathological fear of mispronouncing. So if I abbreviate your name, it's out of respect, because I don't want to hit the pronunciation wrong, because just, it's a thing. But I hope you're having a good day, buddy. All right, here I am, clear cutting, even though I said I wasn't going to. I can't help it. I just got to cut. At least I can buy myself a little bit of hypertube power going back. Yeah, that's it. That's why I'm doing it. Even though I got tractors that are probably very soon going to run out of power. But to get the power back on, I have to basically feed these guys in. I have to run over to this power switch. Turn off the connection to everything else. Reset the power. That'll get these guys up and running. And then I'll come back, turn the power back on that once everything's had a chance to recharge. I can... Or refill, I should say. The machine's refilled. Sorry. Losing my concentration here. Then I can... yeah, I'm going to take all that. Oh, no, I can't. Because I need to grab steel tubed as well. So let's throw some of these back. There we go. Yeah, so when I head back, I'll turn the power back on, and that way I can use the hyper tubes. It's one of the things about having the bio burners now be fed. They're really easy to work with. They don't make you, they're not as painful as they used to be. So when you had to hand feed the machines, like every machine had to be fed all on its own, there was no conveyance going into it, you really were driven to get the hell off of biopower like as soon as possible, because it was not You know, it was time consuming and pain in the ass. Here with smart splitters, I can feed a single container with all the vegetation I can gather, and it just works, you know. So now everyone's got full. Which unfortunately kind of leaves us in the thing of maybe we run it a little bit too long. All right, so power has gone down. We can bring it back up here again. Yeah, I'm really far behind on my power curve here. And these last machines are gonna start running out pretty quick as well. Okay, let me quickly get back over to the construction site. I've got my concrete. I've got my steel tube. Let's just make sure I have... I'm gonna need one of these. Gonna need some water extractors, so let's just grab like 4 or 5 of those. So far it looks... Oh, no, I'm gonna have to go grab myself some rotors. And conveyance. Okay, yeah, let's grab a little bit more steel, because I am going to have to use the 240 belts, so that's all steel beam. I don't want to come back. What I'm hoping is that those, once I get those 3 power plants online, that'll kind of take the buffer out. It'll take a lot of load off the bio burners, which means they'll last a little bit longer before I have to worry about the power cutting out again. Okay, let's get some rotors. Gonna be nice when I can get some better organization going on over here. I'm not gonna really move too much around, but I would like to get more dimensional depots. I don't know if I'm not gonna do like a big old central warehouse like I normally do. But I might kind of categorize certain things, like here's my iron products, here are my steel products, and going from there. Because what I'm going to start doing once I get the power up and running again, and once I get all the materials that I want to start bringing over, like the Caterium, tapping into another pure coal node for steel production, getting in more iron coming in. I'm going to set up a coal on steel plant so I can, but I'm going to put in a central place where I can just walk in and grab everything. Same thing with the iron, because I have to get stators, I have to get motors, I have to get all my electronics up and running. So, you know, I'm going to have to start building some more factories, but you know, having the resources, because I've got good starter resources, just not anything for any real production. Okay, I'm not going to use my resources just yet. What I am going to do though is drop down here and nope, oh, I didn't hit the button in time. Ouch. And let's zoop this over. Nope, not that quite that high up. We want to come in. Oh, like that height, I guess. That's a weird place for a node. Oh shoot. What am I carrying that I don't really need? Oh, I just need to sort. That's all I need to do. Okay, let's grab the coal here. I'll get this out of my inventory right away, just because I don't need to carry a bunch of coal on me. I was a poor boy, young man, thinking on the street. I don't know the words I know. That's not the song. You did big disgrace. And I listened to that song for like ever, and I still couldn't tell you what the damn lyrics are. All right, is that gonna be good enough for me to get in my miner? Where are you gonna want to sit? Yeah, one higher should do it. Okay, that's good. That's what I wanted to see. I'll come in with one more level of that. Just again, I really like to keep my miners on the straight and narrow. And we'll fill that in there. Can't really go any further back into the hill. Okay, how does that look? Okay, that looks much better. I'm going to point you... this away, just like that. All right, so that means I now have to start bringing the coal from here over to there. Don't want it to look like hot garbage, so let's break a path. I gotta get my windows and everything unlocked so I can start putting in some, you know, prettier causeways and whatnot, but I can certainly start running the material. Yeah, that's okay, because then I'm gonna have the supports running there. Highway supports is what I'm referring to. Now up here, I'm gonna grab 3 wall segments. Let's grab our 2x2, build a floor out. Like so. Not you. Okay, and then I'm using a lot of an unnecessary concrete doing that. Worry about the super pretty stuff later. Well, now we just need to get... Do I have concrete walls yet? Yes, I do. Okay, good. Let me change these walls to concrete here. This is, after all, an industrial site. Concrete wall. There we go. No pop across here. No pop across there. And then we'll come down this way. Yep, that's right. Okay, we'll come down here. I'm just get everything to line up on the right heights here. We need to come back this way a little bit more. And one more should do it. I just like everything being 90 degrees. All right, there we go. Okay, good. Now, of course, I do have a giant pillar sitting in the way of my path. But that is easily rectified. First things first is let's just make sure we extend this. If I'm going to be putting in 2 meters, we can get rid of these 1 meter guides. Grab our 2 meters and we'll just fill these guys back in. Okay, no, I don't need to do anything because I was smart and I brought my belt this way. Perfect. Okay, let's grab some beltage. And again, we're going to make sure we're using the Mark IIIs. We also are going to make sure that we're getting our 240, which can be cranked up to 480 once I get better belts. Which is probably not going to be for a hot minute. Carrying some coal. I'll just put the coal in there so it comes out right away because I don't have any power in the system yet. Perfect. All right, so everything's got to be Mark III. So let's get some Mark III belts running. I'm going to keep everything also elevated, so that I can walk underneath. Probably for this first section here, we'll just do a nice little short one. Because for whatever reason, the miners just don't properly align to the world grid. Which, you know, yeah, of course they don't. But it would be nice. No, I probably did this wrong. Hang on. I'll get it right. At some point. Okay, so we're going to do that with our belt first. And make sure it's a Mark III. Now we can go. I do like to keep myself on the center lines. We go up by that many. And then we come back this way. And up. And lost the connection. There we go. Let's try that again. There, please. And upsy daisy. Let me grab a wall hole here. Love me some wall holes. That out of context can sound really, really wrong, and I'm sorry I said it. Ooh. Why do you not want to go straight? Okay, you know what? Let me do it this way then. We'll come back from here, and we'll go up to you. I don't know what's happening. What are you doing? I don't know. You just don't know which way to go? Is that your problem? Okay, so that's the bottom subfloor. And you gotta put that there, and then we'll come down from there. Make sure we're going in that direction. Grab my belt. Now you should work, right? Without any weird curve thing going on? Yes, thank you. Are we past the curve, weird curve things now? Yes, we are. Thank you. All right, now I have to get all the way back up there. This is where you really miss the hover pack. Yeah, see, they've run out of coal again because they didn't get back to a station, powered station in time. Let's actually put another set of steps right here. Let's do these ones. Let's keep it a little neater. I'm going to replace most of the steps that I've got on the road segments. As they're more or less just temporary, but let's see if we can't maybe get something that we might want to keep for later. Maybe? Yeah, that's a little neater. Okay, now back over here. How much? I think I'm going to come out one more. Like that. Okay, so we're going to feed our coal. $240. I want to split that into 4 segments, which is, you know, it divides better, so it's 80 per. Where do I want to do that split? Because I also want to have to bring the water up here. Maybe I'm going to do the water pipes up the upper level. Yeah, because once I get the water to a high enough level, I'm just kind of pre-planning how I want to do this. So for the water, I'm going to have the coal come up from underneath, and I've already got the coal right there, so I'm not going to worry about the coal's taken care of temporarily. Do I have my storage fluid buffer? I do. So let's put in a fluid buffer for the one reason, and that is to get the water I'm bringing up higher than the drainage point. Just make sure that the water never kind of loses its head lift. So I'm going to build like a little elevated platform here. And as always, everything is subject to change as new technologies get introduced. So then I can put that there. Right at the water's edge. And down again we go. Okay, so let's bring this down. I'll use a wall segment to do it. Again, let's turn you back into concrete. Go all the way down and all the way down. Felt like I thought I heard something behind me. Yeah, there's a dismantled crate somewhere around over on that side there. I don't know sure how I got left behind, and I'll go get it eventually. Okay, I'm going to push this down below the water. Of course, I didn't. So, oh, good. I can catch it right here. So I like to have... Can't walk on holograms. You know that? Did you know you can't walk on holograms? I like to have a level of foundations just below the water. It makes it easier to put the water pumps. Again, staying on your nice, neat grid pattern. So if I grab... let's actually go a little bit further to the shoreline. Now I only can do 300 pipes, so I just want to do a little quick math here again. 45 times 300. Nope. 300 divided by 45. So 6.5. So 6 per 6 goes into 240. 4 times. Yep. So 240 divided by 6 is 40 per belt. I'm doing random maths in my head, it seems, but I'm just trying to calculate again how much infrastructure I need. So I'm probably going to need 2 pipes. So we're going to start off with production water extractor. Got to go a little bit further. And so you got to have deep enough water. I'm probably going to have to keep extending off that direction. All right, and will that water extractor work here? Nope. Oh, well, this is awkward. Are these in the wrong place? Water should be plenty deep. It might be the foundation height that I've got. Yeah, it's the foundation height. I think you guys might be just a little... No, you should be fine. Why won't you connect? Please be kind. Yeah, it's the foundations are getting in the way. Is it because they're too high up? It might be. So let's try that. So I'm going to grab it into a 1 meter there. So I can put another 1 meter directly below it. And another directly below that. Remove these guys. So it might be that the foundations aren't deep enough, and that's what's preventing me from connecting. Let's see if this fixes the problem. Yeah, that fixed the problem. All right. But now I'm not getting any benefit. Oh, well, my usual trick here is not going to work. The heights just aren't quite lining up, but we can accommodate. I'm still going to send this path off that direction and that direction. I can grab my water extractor. Now, unfortunately, you can't nudge water extractors. That's a little bit annoying, which is why I like to have the foundations. I mean, they do rotate to the world grid. I can't hit H, so I can check their placement. I just can't use the nudge functions. Yeah, that's good enough. Hi,
That may indeed be water. Try submerging your arm. If it does not dissolve, that will narrow down the range of possibilities. Or you could just pipe it to a coal-powered generator and see what happens.
Okay, come on. Why will you not cooperate? Swear to God, putting in water extractors sometimes is the worst. I have no idea how I'm going to need. Let's start with that. Okay, so I got to start running some water back that way now. Probably should set up a toolbar, so let's grab into our tools. Go to our organization, logistics. We're going to put, we'll put you on 4. I'll put you on 5. That should be fine. So we're gonna go to 4, and we'll put lifts. So with support, right there. We'll make sure we got clearance for our head. Right in between here. I don't remember where I put you. Over. All right. The angle's okay there. Let's check our building modes. Yep, that'll work.
FICSIT pipelines can contain any fluid, including the water necessary for coal-powered generators. Note, water does not flow upwards by itself. While water extractors provide some lift, to truly defy gravity, consider the use of pipeline pumps.
Thank you, Ada. All right. Let's get our... Okay, my mind is playing tricks on me, or he's a new thing. I don't remember having teas before. Am I losing it? Okay, I'm gonna just, in my confusion now, connect up a pipe. All right, you're just gonna be... Why is everything being so argumentative with me today? I tell you. Can you climb the wall, please? Do I have the wall climbing ability? I may not have the wall climbing ability. I don't have the wall climbing ability. Shoot. That's a lot of pipe. Oh, it will make it to the ground. Okay, no, we're good. We're okay. Everything's just fine. Now, so I go to horizontal, vertical, it doesn't make it. But if I move, this does. Can I get you to connect? Yes, I can. Okay, good. Ooh. Everything's okay still. And we'll go to straight. There we go. All right. Okay, so let's get some power dropping down here. So I can start getting the head lift and get that water container filled in, and then we can hook up the main power. I do have the main power lines that I'm not sure if I'm gonna use. I think I actually will. So I'm gonna set up a temporary connection. Well, I mean, I gotta connect all the street lights and stuff like that, and hypertubes and the whatsits and the whatnotses. So I'm gonna bring this power line Let's go and grab our power line, put it on our customary spot number 2. And there goes my power again. Well, that's quite all right, because I actually don't need this main power here, now that I'm thinking about it. Because I need to use a power prime, like a prime pump, which is just, I'm going to set up a temporary bio. So let's actually not worry about this. I'm going to just, for the sake of completion, instead, I don't have ladders yet, do I? No, I haven't purchased them yet. Nothing convenient for getting up. Maybe a staircase? Maybe I'll put in a quick staircase here. Like if I come off from here, put a landing in. Go down by 1. Put in a landing. Go down by 2. And we'll just go all the way to the ground. There we go. Okay. So at least I can get up and down there now. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to realize I left all this submerged. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to leave the path here submerged. I didn't mean to, but it's going to be the way it is. All right, so over here amongst the greenery, let's just throw some temporary down. Let's figure out who's aggroing on me, and let's give him a boop and a boop and another boop. Come here. No. You started this fight. You don't get to walk away from it now. Thank you. Don't start nothing. You can't finish nothing. I don't know if that's the way the saying goes. Okay, so I'm going to drop a couple of just bio burners down here because they're pretty straightforward. They should give me enough power to get those generator or the water extractors running, and if I find myself without the necessary material, we can just grab some here. Okay, and it ain't, you know, the fancy stuff, but it will be enough to get him to turn, and we can get him to turn. All right. I'm just going to drag this power. I'm going to delete that stuff as soon as I get some other power going. This is literally just enough. Run some juice. Get the water pumps pumping, and that way I can get the water tank above to start filling. So they're gonna drop one there. I'll put one here, and there, one there, and one there. I'm gonna start with this 4. I'll see how much more I need after that. I know. Okay. You need I need a couple of more power generators. Can't do a bump slide when you're slightly underwater. And while I still got some juice in the chainsaw, Really? You want to start a fight too, huh? Didn't kite? Oh, really? Fine. I hate not having enough stuff for the gooey gooey guts. Miss. Okay, one more. There, another one. There, and let's get you two into this game of ours. All right, I'm gonna leave it turned off just for a sec because it's not burning up any of the biomaterials. Till I get the last of these power lines. Is everyone connected? Yeah, okay, I got everyone connected. And let's turn you on. And voila. Okay. Yep, water's filling up. Good. All right, let's start putting in. I don't have wall mounts. I do. Good. Ooh. Thought that was going to be a little bit awkward. So what I mean is the wall mounts for the power lines, so that I can run power lines connected to walls. I'm going to put in a little center marker here. And then I'm going to take a quick 2-minute break, and I'll be right back. Patience. Okay, so gonna need to get some power down here. So we'll just run one of you. And then I'm just gonna nudge you closer to the wall. Oh, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Now, before I put the next bit up, we're going to grab one of these and we're going to see what our head lift currently is. So right now we're actually getting a pretty good head lift. You can see that as long as... Where are you pushing to? I'm going to put you right there. Yeah, so you can see I've got a head lift to there. I'm going to need one more of you. Actually, what would happen if I put you here instead and then rolled you around? Take that out. Will that help me get to the top? And if I snap it to there, you just don't quite make it, do you? All right, well, what if I put you there? Okay, so that gets me the necessary head lift. So you can see that blue ring that's running around there. That's telling me where the water is getting to. So right now I am in fact getting water up and over into that tank. The only question is making sure that whatever is the water is getting all the way up to the pump. So if I plug that pump in and make sure it's powered, and turn the power back on, because remember the power ran out or blew the fuse. And now I need more power. And now it's just out of sheer stubbornness that I'm not running back to the base and putting more plants in there. And I'm just going to keep throwing more of these down. Oh, of course I'm out of wire. Actually, maybe I do have enough fuel. You're just out of wood. And you're out of leaves. And you're out of... Okay. Maybe I just need to go grab some more material. Let's try that first before I do anything drastic. Like, you know, go to the base and get more material. Like, how gauche is that? I really just want to make sure I've got the water flowing to get up to the top there. Yeah, and of course now I've run out of solid biofuel, but I think I cut down enough trees that I can fill you. Let's get you refilled. And let's get you up and running. Okay, I didn't need you. I just ran out of juice. Okay, so now what I want to see is, yep, you can see that that pipe is in fact pumping. I'm getting water up to there. It's not going to get much further beyond that until I put another connection in, which will be right here. And that water tank should be filling now. So even if the power cuts out, gravity will still put water into... there it goes. Should still put water into the system. Okay, who ran out this time? I don't know. Let's just grab some leaves. Grab the coal out of a line somewhere. I'm going to keep the system isolated. I just need to get one generator up and running and have enough water for that one generator. Because it can supply the rest. As I build out the rest, it will give me my baseline for how much I can make. I'm thinking I can make, well, it's a minimum of 8. That much I know for sure. Know the number, man. I can't remember. Literally drawn a complete and utter blank. All right, you probably ran out. Yep, you did. So we'll throw some in there. We'll throw some in there. I'm not going to turn them back on just yet. Oh, I thought the staircase went all the way down to the ground already. It didn't. You lied to me. And I still don't go up far enough. Oh, there's going to be so much more redesign going on. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's get a power line coming out to here. Then I'm going to run a temporary one back to here. I should be able to look over the edge and connect to there. Okay. Need to get water coming into you. So we need to grab, let's go to say, I want to leave lots of room for my conveyance. So we'll come out to there. And that's probably about as far as I'm going to be able to reach between them. Still don't remember there actually ever being a three-way splitter on those guys. Okay, let's try this again. Point you drawer and snap. Point you snap and snap. Sorry, got a little bit of hiccupy there. You don't like straight. How about horizontal to vertical? Yeah, you like that. Okay. No, we're just gonna leave you connected for now. Then we can go back to. No, we can't. Okay. Well, yeah. Straight pipe just is not the same as it is for conveyors. All right, you're gonna get some water in you. Let's throw the coal in there. I've got the bio burners ready to go. 15 per minute. That's what I was looking for. Turn you back on. And we are producing power. Excellent. Okay, so 15 per minute. Didn't freaking know that. 240 divided by 15 means I can have 16 coal power plants. That should bridge me quite nicely over to fuel power, which I've got some oil wells. Honestly, that's the one thing about doing the node scrambling, is that my oil is literally so much more accessible than it normally is. Normally you only have a few areas where they're saturated in oil. Now I've just got little nodes everywhere. There's one right next to me, in fact, which is really, really convenient. So, you know, extending this into not just being coal power, but the entire power generation area. Eventually, even I can bring the nuclear over here. So, yeah, I'm really quite happy. Okay, so this is going to be a wall here. So I'm just going to kind of indicate that there's going to be a wall here, because going from here across, this is going to be kind of like the inside, almost like a control room-ish type idea. And then we can have our power generators lining up on this side as well. So we're going to need to do some, I'm going to do a little bit of load balancing on these ones here. I haven't hooked up the conveyor line yet. Okay, so there's 4. And I'm out of plate, so we'll do what we can do until then. All right, so I only need 1s, so to mark 1, everything's. So I'm going to start off, let's grab a floor hole here. And we'll put 1 there. 1. Yep, there. And there. We'll grab lifts and make sure you're going in that direction. There we go. Let's pop down a level. So coal's gonna come up through here in all its fun's glory. Might as well do this close to the ceiling. And let's point you in that direction there. because we are going to laminate the floor here. I think it just ran out of coal. Okay, a little bit like that. Extend this underneath. Like that. Okay. So coal is going to come up. This wall's kind of in my way. I don't need to really see you there. We're connected by stairs anyway. And it's not like I'm going to have a grid collapse. I have 3 wide, so you're going to put your first splitter right there. Okay, so we're going to put a splitter in facing that way. And we're going to come back a little bit. Nope, we're going to be lined up right here. That is right along that line, like that. Yep. Then we're going to grab another splitter, and we're going to put you facing that way. We don't drop off any edges, like that. And then we can have another one right there. And another one right there. And this one shouldn't need a splitter. I should just need to be able to throw you directly in. Like that. Okay, we'll use a 120 belt. No, I won't, because I don't have the reinforced belts. No, I can use a Mark 1 anyway. I did end up putting you in the wrong place, but we can make sure that doesn't happen again by running our conveyor. And nudging you into place. Take that one out of there and plug you in there. Okay. And then we just go straight across, making sure we're using a... Oh, oops. I'm an idiot. Those arrows get me every freaking time. I've constantly got them rotated the wrong way. Okay, can I, please? Yeah, okay, just use that one. That's probably more what I expected anyway. I'll have to put you back in so you guys get reconnected like that. Like that. And then our coal can come all the way out into you. Again, you'll use the straight, and there we go. That's going to feed these 4 here. Make sure we're using Mark 3 lifts. All the way around. Like you. Like that. You're Mark 3, right? Yeah, you're Mark 3. Okay. Good. Where is the grill? It is way the hell down here. So let's put in some proper power conduiting. I want to try to keep everything isolated on this side. I want to put a power cutoff switch. And I'm not going to use the road network to connect. I'm going to put in proper power towers. Because at some point I will get the priority power switch, will help me. Mind you, how often do I actually... Decisions. Let's start off by thinking about where we're gonna have things. Like, for example, if I take this little spot right here, go into my power, I haven't unlocked them yet. Okay, so never mind. I haven't unlocked them yet. But I am going to need to bring a power line somewhere with me. So we'll just shift you to there, and we'll walk you back along your own path here. Like so. And all the way down to here. And then we can figure it out from there, but I'm just going to throw a temporary line like that. Okay. It's got a weird dip down there, doesn't it? Oh well. Let's see what happens if I flip the switch. Oh, hey. Nope, we're moving. The material is moving. Awesome. All right. Apparently there is still enough power in the system. I've got just enough greenery. Keep it all going. You guys are what, full? Yeah. Yellow means you're probably full. You saw the quick fluid measurement there was 45, and that means 1. Okay, so I am going to have to do some, probably more lines. Again, once I have everything kind of hooked up. Okay, everyone get water now. Guys are all starting to get coal. And we can actually relax on our power. And I lined it up right on the inside of that foot. Right along the inside of that foot, just happens to be here. I am out of wire now. But we can get one more of these guys into place. Cool. Alright, that means I can now get rid of that entire bioplant down here. This nightmarish looking thing. Nightmarish looking. How's it nightmarish looking? Not that it's there. Yeah, I ate that. I knew I was going to eat that. Okay, now I still want to keep the coal power plant isolated from kind of the rest of the base. So to do that, I'm going to use a power switch, but I'm going to first bring the power across the other side because I'm going to put more power generators on this side. And I'm just going to move this down to here. And let's see if I can't put a power switch in. No, because I'm missing AI limiters. All right. Okay, well, in the list of things, yet another thing to do. Let me run a temporary line here. I really don't want to do it this way, but I need to get power flowing back to the base. All right, how are we doing here? Let's turn you on. Okay, that should keep me going for a minute. I'm gonna leave the tractors alone for now, because honestly, I'm not really needing them to be running. Yeah, probably shouldn't be just diving across the street like that. You know, it is a crosswalk. Even though it is a crosswalk, still should look both ways. Don't just assume the cars are going to stop for you. You know, use the crosswalks. I'm not sure why I bother putting crosswalks in, but hey, I got crosswalks. Okay, what I'm going to need to do is I need 12 more coal generators. I'm going 45 times 4. Sorry, times 4. That's 180. Of course, it's not an easy number. Why not make it... the pipe's 300. Why not make it a more divisible number? It's like some dumb number. What is it? 300 divided by 45? Yeah, 6.6? What kind of... No. Okay, anyway, so we're going to have 4... That means I only need 1 or 2 water pumps per. I think it used to be like a 3 to 8 water pumps to 8 plants. Let me get my build planner or my to-do list here. So I'm going to need power. That's what I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 more of those. I want one of you guys. Maybe throw a couple more of these in there just to make sure I have the material for them. All right, there we go. And with the coal plants, at least the 2 of them providing some power, it should slow down the burn rate on the bio plants. Okay, that gave me enough of those. Anything I'm carrying that I don't need to be carrying? Yeah, I got some critter bits that we can throw over here. I'll throw a bit of critter in there. Anything else for critter-wise? No. Oh, I do have a hard drive on me. Should probably get that in here. Now let's get that. That'll clear up a spot. We can clear up a spot. We can throw that into there. What else do I need? I need my reinforced plate. Ironically, I was literally standing right beside them. Is that ironic? I don't know. Is that Atlantis more set level of irony, which is no irony? I'm gonna need lots of these. Where else can I clear up some inventory? I could throw extra parts in for the sink, but I'm trying to avoid using regular parts for the sink here. I'm trying to just keep it for really super high level stuff that I might find around, at least for the time being. So I'm gonna do that and just throw those guys away. Likewise, I'm gonna take these guys and toss them. I'm going to put my SAM ore stuff in here. Actually, I think I got the SAM ore stuff going on over here. Yep, that's where I'm keeping it. So we'll throw that stuff into there. I got to organize. Oh my god, there's so much to do. But we are bringing order to the chaos. Okay, where was I? Cable, wire. Cable. Oh, that's cable. I need cable. Toss that roll back. I keep getting the warning that I'm out of wire, so we'll grab some wire. And then I gotta make an AI limiter. That requires some of that. Do I have any quick wire? Please tell me I got a few rolls. No, I've got no quick wire, but I got enough on me for 1 AI limiter. 1 AI limiter. Okay, let's head back. Like I said, I'm just going to leave the tractors there for now. Just in case the power crashes again, I don't have to keep manually refilling them. I just want to get them up, running, done, and done. Okay, and away we go. I need a speedometer on my hypertube. I'd like to know how fast I get this thing going. Whoop. And in the tube. Smash my face. Get the rest of my generators up and running. Now that I have the cable and the wire and all the fun stuff. You can get plugged into there. You can get plugged into there. Let the power flow. All right, that's one bank. So I'm going to need 4 separate flows of water. So let's do this. Let's build some more out from there. Let's grab one of these. Let's just go to regular, non-zoopy. I'm going to do a little bit of that. Why have you gone? Because you're full? Yes. Okay, that's good. Now let's figure out how we're going to divide up the water. So you're producing me 120. 120, 240. So basically I need to bring a second line I can bring off of anywhere around here. You know what? You guys can actually go separated. Yeah. Let's try this. So if I have 2, so I need, yeah, okay, no, that'll work. This is what happens when you're trying to reinvent the wheel. In other words, my usual kind of power plant divvy up. All right, so these, between the two of these guys, I'm getting 240 water, where in fact I only actually need 45 times 4 is 180. So 2 for every 4 generators is the math. And resource not deep enough that direction. And flipping in this direction. Ooh. What about this direction? What if I took you guys out of the equation, extended you that way? Can I get my 4? Ish. And 1, 2. Just need 2 more. I don't care how I get it now. Line are you going to be? Rotation. Get one there, and I can get its matching guy there. Okay. Okay, now bringing pipes. Why are you over here? Why are you... Go away! God, those things are annoying. Not like you can even get anything out of them. Why did you not build? Because there's a foundation sitting here. That's why. Okay, so let's extend our wall. We're gonna wanna, yeah, I wanna just kind of, aha. Okay, so that's gonna go up there. Now let's run up the stairs. Put in the more water tanks. That. And like that. Okay, then we grab 4 more of these. Let's put a little separation between each bank. Like to there. There, and need more floor. And 4. And while I'm here, might as well get this stuff laid in. All right, you guys are ready. You're gonna get your water from him. Now, do I have the stackables? I did. Okay, I got the stackables. So we can move a stackable there up to there. Run this stackable to there. And then I can just take my pup and go boop and boop. Okay, and we grab our stackables again. Put one there. bring it down, so I can bring it down a height. I'll go to there, and then we can drop this one down to there. Like that. Just makes it, I don't know. Just, it's the way I'm doing it. Okay, and was that short enough? Yes, it is. Excellent. Okay. And we can grab one of these triangles or three-way splits, T-junction, that's it. And I don't know if I'm having a stroke or not, but I just don't remember these T-junctions ever being a thing before. Okay, so there's going to be your water going into you. And refill and put that away. All right, so let's grab some water from you. And that's, of course, don't have my floor holes yet. Do we need to get some of this stuff out of the way? All right, I need the vegetation to be gone, so that was a pathetic throw. Sorry, guys, but we're past the gathering stage. We are at the blow it all up stage when it comes to the plant matter. But I will grab the berries. Okay. Now that I've done that, I can go up to here and I can grab this pipeline. And I guess I can line you up here. Go horizontal, vertical. I went 2. Actually, I'm going to go up by 3. And then I should be able to move you back into alignment. Yep, just like that. And the reason I went up that a little bit higher is because, just like I did with the other pipes on the top here, I'm going to grab my stackables. And we're going to raise you up. I'm going to need that eventually. Yeah, actually, that's about the right amount. Yep, that's about right. The what I'm saying is about right is because I'm going to bring the other bank in here as well, so we need to make sure we have a place for them. And we can just nudge you back into place like that. Okay, so let's connect up some pipage. Right from here. Horizontal, vertical? Sure. So the water tractor themselves have a little bit of head lift. That's why the pipes are currently filling. Go straight in there. And will a straight fit to here? Yes, it will. Okay, good. And I can grab a stackable. That should work. And you can see that the extractor does, or the lift does snap to the max range of this one here, which is kind of neat. That's a new thing as well. They're giving us so many new things to play with. I have no idea if that's the right height, but I just want to get that water tank up there filling. Okay, good. So that's 2 water tank systems. Because you guys are spinning, everybody's doing their spins. Bring the water from these 2 to their new homes. We need to have one of you there. I do have an extra one of you here, and we can hide that. Okay, let's grab our T junction. Will I still get to... No, I'm not going to get a snap from here. But I can use the other one to line it up, and then we can go completely and utterly incorrect. Let's try this again. Oh, it's right there. Okay, so you need to bring a power line. Don't know if I have enough connections here. I do. And then you guys can start pumping. And we can get ready for the next batch of waters. Okay, and over here. I'm gonna put you 3 here, pop you off so I can get things straightened a little bit nicer here. That. Oh, no, that is not correct. No, very, very not nice. Well, we make a bit of a turn here for you 2. Or 3. How do I go to... What looks best here? Curve? And then we go back to straight. And then we go back to whatever will work here. Then we try to do the whole shtick again. I can fix this now. I can replace that. I can put this over here. Right. Because the lift has given me a breakpoint. Nice and pretty. And likewise here. Don't need any of you guys. So I can just go like that. Yeah. And then I should be able to reach the tower. Let's actually start at the tower and pop you into there. And then for my 4th one, we'll just have to use our nudges. Get you into place. Yeah, I'll go up by the 3. Because then you can hook into there. You can plug into there. Yeah, like that. Okay. Water's moving up. I'm going to get the next 4 online. Main thing is I want these guys to make sure they have water in it before I start throwing the coal in them, because the water is the worst one to start buffering out. That. And plop these guys in. Need the plate to walk. There we go. And instead of walking right on the edge, probably don't need to go that far. What am I doing? I'm doing 16. That's about to be 8. Okay, yeah. 8 and 8 is 16. That's as far as I need to go, actually. It's right about there. Okay, let's grab our concrete, fill in the floor here as well. Just make sure I have a place to put the splitter. There we go. Sure. Grab our splitter. You can line up with him. And then we just bounce you over. I didn't line that up very well, but I don't care anymore. Line you up to there. We can go back to Mark III or the main line. One thing I noticed about the straight feature on the belt is that it really does let you know when you've made a boo-boo. Like if there's any kind of weird curvature here, it's going to show up there. There wasn't, so that's good. Okay, let's get some floor so I can get the rest of these pole lines in. I'm not sure why I bothered putting in the lifts yet, because I'm going to have to take them all out and reconnect them except for the one on the end here. He's the only one that's actually viable at the moment. Okay, so again, I only need 60 to come through here. Why did I mess up again? Why am I messing everything up, man? Just messing everything up. Oop. There we are. And oop. And then those can get into there with the defaults. All right, now I can put these back in. And coal should start flowing. Yes. 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 No. I can't see anything. Let me put something down so I can see. Oh, I just heard someone can't get a light. There we go. Yep, coal flow. And let us go have a run upstairs. Have a quick boo here. As production starts coming online, what's your beef? Oh, you're having trouble keeping fuel in? Yeah, you'll get there. All right. Should be able to put in my power switch. Yeah, I know, I just busted the damn line again. That would be because I'm probably out of biofuel. I'm gonna put our switches in nice and tight. And then I should be able to just go. Yes, I know, a big surge. Hello? Hello? What's going on here, buds? No, I think my power's really that tapped now. Okay. Well, that is the purpose of these guys. Yeah, I think my bio plant is completely and utterly empty now. So we're going to have to get these guys all up and running, and then we can get our power restored. All right, how far back from the parking lot did I go? 1. Yep, right there. So let's get our next bunch of these guys in. Not sure why my foundations are all going in weird. Must be because I picked it off the sidewalk. Yeah, that's because I ran that one independently of these guys. That's all right. Adapt and overcome. Oh, pardon me. All right, let's get the next 4 in. That should hopefully hold me for a bit. I'm starting to think maybe not. Pardon me. Nasty, nasty tickle. Alright, I actually had some coal on me, which I'm going to throw into there. So what's happening is I'm basically waiting for this guy here. Can I look at you, please? To finish filling up. Once he's finished filling up on his full, because he's taking everything right now. He's being greedy boy. At least he's taking half of everything. Then he's taking half of what's left over, and then he's taking half of what's left over until there's, very little. Problem is that it's biasing towards there, because for every 1 coal, he gets every second coal that passes past his splitter. So it's, by the time it gets down here, it's like every 8th coal or something like that. Just doing kind of quick off the back of my head calculations. So it does take him longer. It's one of the problems with manifold systems. as opposed to a pure balance system. A pure balance system, everyone gets the exact same amount at the exact same time, start to finish. They take up a lot more space, whereas a manifold system is just first come, first serve until everyone is full. Eventually, he will get to be more like, if we look here, yeah, his number's still going down. His numbers are pretty low. But yeah, see, he's almost at 100% here now. And once he is, he'll be good. The problem also is, of course, is that the miner is only producing 240, which is the max amount that we are also sending on the line. So it's a little bit of give, it's a little bit of take kind of thing. Let's get some power lines strung for these guys for when they are online. And I'm lining up with their basically their bases here. And then what I'm going to do is get their water sorted. Because the water, well, actually, no, the water, because I am oversaturating the lines. Maybe I'll do is I'll get the coal balanced out first. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm actually oversupplying the water by a pretty good percentage here. It's the coal that is kind of really tucked in tight. Now, normally it is the water that is the problem child, but I think I'm going to be better off just making sure that the coal is getting properly divided between everybody. So, excuse me half a sec. All right, so just give me half a sec here, guys. I'll be right back. Nope, I want... There we go. Sorry. All right, sorry about that. And down I go. Will he make it? No, he's not gonna. He's not gonna. No, no, no. I have to take the stairs. Sad face. Okay, more concrete. Get up. What am I doing on concrete? I got about 5,000 available. That does not last long, surprisingly. A short amount of time. Okay, now we need some lifties. So we are going to put one here. We are going to put one here. I'm going to grab my splitters. And the reason I put these guys in first is they kind of just help me line things up. So I know exactly where he needs to be, which is right there. And then I can just drag him back in line with that conveyor junction. And I just got some basically marker lines. That. Of course, make sure I rotate this one. And make sure you are correctly lined up. Yes, you are. So I should be able to take my belt. Yep, perfect. Keep them angles straight, and that can come straight back to here. And then these guys can get hooked up like that. And keeping in mind that I am only using 60 per minute. Should I actually maybe, you know what, I'm going to make these feed lines a little faster here. It just should help distribute things just a little bit quicker for me. Okay. And we just use one of these guys for temporary measure. Get you lined up. Yep. And make sure you're lined up. Let's make sure you're lined up. Yep. And then just need our Mark 1 belt. And oops, I did it again. I did them all wrong. I didn't rotate. Oh lordy, lordy, oops, this shouldn't be hard. You've done it about a billion times. It's not that complicated. Okay. And finally, we'll mark to this, to there. Did I mark to you already? No, I haven't. I'm going to mark to you as well. And coal is flowing. Okay, so that's got coal being delivered everywhere now. You can see that this lift here is going full tilt. No stopping. And we can come back down and start bringing the water over, which shouldn't be that hard. Okay, so we have you guys are going into pipe 3. I gotta fix this. Why are you being the just one problem child here? Thank you. You just do that. Okay, so now I just need to hook up the lifts. So just like before. One can't be nudged either. Would be nice, but it can't, so we'll just have to kind of do it the old-fashioned way here. I can put that one there, and that one will extend all the way around like that, and then we can bring a power line over. Sat Baka. All right, so that should start filling that other tank there. And by filling that tank and keeping the water, as long as I can fill into the tank, everything below that tank will fill. So that's just, you know, so anything I build lower down will fill up properly. at some point, once I start setting up some real water production, if I do it over here, I'll build like a giant water facility on the top of the hill here. In fact, there's some really good pools up there you can draw from, and then you can build like I've actually done that before. I had a whole nuclear power out here. I just had like 12 pipes coming off the waterfall, built my own like kind of, I literally built a waterfall. I just piped it. And then never had to worry about my water not be able to make it. Okay, I don't have any water in these pipes yet, but I can certainly start moving in the infrastructure for them. Yeah, that'll work. We'll click that guy into place. We'll give him a little bit of a rotate. And then there's my head lift up there. And we'll rotate you like that. And then we'll get your wires all into place. And right there and across like that. Now, you do need some butter, which is fortunately right over there. And thank you. So you too. All the way up to there. You're gonna start down here. We are gonna line you up correctly this time. Ha 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 ha. Like that. Okay, and then you're gonna have to go up to the top rope. Now this is gonna be a bit of a question here, is whether it's gonna get up to that top rope. But there really is only a way to find out. But that's going to have to wait a couple of minutes because I need to take another bio break. I'll be right back. And we'll get the last of our power plants hooked up. And then maybe we can start moving some Caterium and I can show you the truck paths. So be right back, guys. And I'm back. Okay, let's get the rest of this pipe in. Oops, nope, nope. We're gonna go like that. And like that. Grab one of our T-junctions. You know, the sad thing is, this T-junction could have been here since the beginning of, like, the first time. Like, since the game's been around, and I still wouldn't necessarily remember it. It's horrible. And it has nothing to do with being old, which, you know, I am, but that's just always been my memory. Not good. Okay, everyone's powered in. What I want to see with these guys is if their head lift is going to get them up to that point. If not, I will have to take other measures. In fact, I'm going to change this pipe out because I'm pretty sure it's not gonna. And I'm going to go to my horizontal to vertical. As long as I see that one start to move, which it is, I should be okay. But just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna put a lift right here. And what that's gonna do is just make sure that the water has all the help it can use to get up. Why are you stopped? I haven't connected you to the actual machines yet. I'm just getting you up to your water towers. So that water tower is now full. Okay. Here comes the water. Just waiting for these guys to start filling. He's pumping. And he's pumping, and good. But the moon was sending me a message. Okay, that is everything down on the ground level. Yep. Pole's catching up. How can I tell it's catching up? Because it's stuttering, and the reason it's stuttering is because these guys aren't part of the operation yet. So, to get them to be part of said operation, I first of all don't need any of you. Why did I do it? You do this way. That was weird. And frankly unnecessary. But I do need the lifts. So we're gonna grab you, and I'm gonna put you right there. Right there. Yeah, right there. And I'm gonna go up by 2. Let's reconnect you now. Yeah, sure. And then you two can come this way. You're gonna go that way. 1, 2. The flashing red symbols there are me train station, tractor stations. They're my tractor stations. The fact that base power is still out. That's what that's telling me. All right, let's bring these two guys down, around the corner, and around the corner. All right, sorry, give me half a sec again. Sorry about that. Just coordinating some various creative projects that I had to answer. Okay, and 2 more pipes gotta go that way. Right, 2 more pipes? Yeah, 1 there. And then 1 from here. So you can use... Oh, which one do I want to use? Let's use that one. Sorry, me again. Be right back. Okay, let's get some keep our water pipes flowing here while I'm doing multiple conversations at the same time. Oh, can you not do that? Yes, if I change the pipe type, I should be able to get a nice straight line here. Yep, that's just pretty. You, on the other hand, are gonna look ugly. Not really. Okay. Transport the water. All right, that's me blipping out just half a sec again, and then we'll do that, and we'll set that, and then... Okay, I need to head back, because I am out of copper sheet. I don't think I can put any power to the base, because, yeah, my power, yeah. There's no way in hell this is going to stay up and running. Oh, just catching the power line. Yeah, see, letting these guys all catch up has put me just slightly above the edge. Yay. I'm pretty sure I need copper sheet for you guys as well. And I have no copper sheet, so we're going to do a little bump hopping here. And then we can hop into the tube here, and then we can take the express path all the way back. La 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 la. La 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 la. There it is. Go this way. Down the tube we go all day. Zoom, zoomy, zoom. Flying it first into things doesn't hurt. Why it don't? Because we're programmed that way. We're not real people. La la. And boom. How do you avoid copyright strikes? Sing songs badly and with completely made up words. Sorry, Valius, didn't see your message there until just now because I had my different sheet open. The plan is to get coal power and get my Caterium coming down here, but mainly coal power because, yeah, the bio plant it wasn't keeping up, and I was basically spending all my time being a lumberjack, and it was not okay. I'm a lumberjack, it's not okay. I don't want to work and cut all day. All right, need a bunch of this stuff. Really can't wait till I get big enough production so that I can just start throwing in. I want to get a Samor set up as well. So things that need to be set up still. Okay, so we have bare minimum in that we have some steel production. We have most of our iron, some of the upper level stuff we're still not doing. We're still not really doing any electronics, but I haven't unlocked most of the electronics. Concrete, I am bringing in the quartz. So I want to make silica. Of course, I also want to make quartz crystals. But mostly because I have an alternative recipe for concrete that'll greatly increase my concrete production off that little shitty node that we have there. And then also to get quick wire. Again, I have a very small quick wire production, but it requires hand feeding, and I don't want to do that anymore. So yeah, we're just about to get our quartz power up and running. Once I have my quartz or coal power up and running, once I have that coal power up and running, I can then set up a quick station for the Caterium and get a tractor running back and forth, delivering the Caterium. That's the plan. Yeah, pretty much catch-22. But that's why we play, isn't it? All right, now that I got enough for the pipes, so we got the 8 power plants here. Gonna run my pipes to the back. Didn't actually necessarily need the parachute, but go 1, 2, and we're gonna go up by 2. We'll run to the split. Where did I line you up? I lined you up right there, okay? And that means you're lined up there as well. Is that a good put? Wait, yeah, let's put you there, and then I can put the other one, because I'm going to drop down a level right there and right. No, not quite. We want to be on this side of the input pipe. So that's the center. We go by 2 that way, and then we go all the way to here. I go up by 2, and then you can just be 1. Yeah. Okay, and run the pipe from there into there. Grab this pipe to there. That could go into there. I'll plug you in right there. So again, we need to grab that, and we go boop, boop. Hey man, maybe you could tell me. I'm just having a complete blank. Have there always been T-junctions, or is that something that's just shown up in 1.2? Or did it show up in 1.1? Did I miss it? Because I don't remember there being a T-junction before. So I help her brother out, who's got the fading memories. Okay, and then we gotta connect your guys's. And then your guys's. Run it. And then we can connect. Now, obviously the pipe's not going to get the whole way. How far can I get? Can I get to here? I can. That's good. Because then I can put a lift or a support like that. Grab our pipes into there. And okay, so it is. I'm not losing my mind. That's comforting. It's always nice to know I'm not losing my mind. And I'm very happy they added, because that makes this kind of setup so much cleaner instead of having to have that other freaking pipe end just hanging out there. Okay, the irony is, Well, I guess as long as the drain point's smaller, that it's still got to go up above the hump, but it is making it. So, yep. All right, power, more power. Yes. Everyone is full of coal. Just waiting for the water to get here now. There we go. Here comes the water. All the water filling here. All the water's filling my pipes here. You have just enough to keep going. Yeah. Okay. Finally. Capacity 1600. Not the same. Not that much. And that's because I'm still waiting for some of you guys to get all your water and to stabilize. Okay, that is it. That's got our coal power plant. Just the last couple of machines here that have to kind of catch up with the routine. So now I'm going to turn my attention to the Caterium, which is the whole reason I built this road over here. Not just for the Caterium, of course, but also for the fact that, like I said, there is a bunch of other materials out here. Like, there are a bunch of more iron. In fact, why am I just use your scanner? All right, so iron nodes. So yeah, I got a pure impure there. We got a pure iron node there. I've got another pure iron node there. So this road here is going to be supplying me with all kinds of iron. There's a pure SAM node over there. That's my sulfur, which eventually I'll grab for boom booms. These guys are being tapped. My pure iron. That is my quartz. I'm gonna need coal for steel production, but that, oh, I didn't mean to hit that button again. But what do we got there? So yeah, I got normal coal here. I've got impure there. There's a pure iron there. There's a pure limestone there. There's more coal around. Yeah, there's a pure node there. So I'm going to keep the road going down to this pure coal, which is going to grab both the sulfur and the coal. There's going to be my Caterium. Yeah, cool. Everything is going well. I was running out to the Caterium. So let's pick up whatever we got here. We are just going to be picking up the ore straight out of the ground. We can turn off the highlight marker here and stop highlighting marker because I'm already here. Let's grab some foundations. Now it was definitely not intentional that I have to put the stairs right where the Caterium level is, but I am going to take it. Okay, yep, that just scooches right above the ground. And once I've kind of got everything settled down, I'm getting all my silicon and they're getting all my glass, all that fun stuff, I can start looking at doing another big exploration run, getting some high value items from around the crash pods and getting a bunch of tickets so I can do things like get windows. So I can start building out my mining huts because I want to have my pretty mining huts. All right, production. We need one miner. I am standing in the way. I'm going to put that down there. I'm going to probably have to fix this blueprint, make sure that both sides, I don't know if I can. Oh no, totally can. I just forgot when I was, building the original blueprint. So it's just a small modification to add that extra ramp in. Okay, there. We are going to run up here. And right here. Nope, back here. So yeah, right here. I'm going to take these guys out. I was standing on that. How much do I need for... I'm going to need more than that. I'm going to definitely need more than that. Let's take you out as well. And of course, take your safety railings away. That should be big enough. Okay, there's one drawback to having the fancy Blade Runners, is that you quite often overjump things. Don't want to bump into that. Okay, so we're going to change a little bit of the plan. We're going to keep this sidewalk going all the way through. Let's put our safety railings back up, because, you know, don't want any OSHA violations. And I can take 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll take all you guys out. That way in my hybrid tubes, I can keep above the level of the tractors. All right, let's pop you guys out. I'm going to need to remove you. Like that. Okay, how much room do I need for this station? Transportation, track station. Just stay there while I move out of the way. You take up quite a bit of space, but pathing is easy. Do I feel like I want to risk? Nah, it's fine. The tractors are thin enough. As long as... Yeah, that's fine. Because then I can take these guys. Can't block the sidewalk, but I can certainly keep my trucks from running off the edge here. Probably best if I go this way. Have we got enough room to get around here? No, we don't. Let's make you a little bit wider. And then we'll grab our barricades here. Like that. And I'll barricade here. It's here. Push you back to there and to there. Okay. All right. I already got a power wire right there, so we just need to grab a street light. Let's put a light here. Put another light here. Yeah, I'm gonna go straight across. No, that's not gonna work for me. Why wouldn't it? I don't know. Because it totally would. No, it's perfectly fine. I don't need to have it connect to that other power pole. I just need to go like that because the power is running down the center of the road. Okay. For you guys to make sure that they actually will put an exit right here. Means I'm gonna put this. No. I'll worry about this. I'll worry about that in a minute. Let's not get distracted. I just want to make sure I have power, which is why I wanted this power pole, now that I think about it. Where's your power connection? Your power connection is there. So we'll put that there. I'll grab another light Make sure that our tractors do not get lost in the dark. Not sure how that would work, but... snowing where you are? Or in my game, or in the game here? I think that's just heavy rain. No, it wouldn't freaking surprise me if it's bloody well snowing again wherever the heck where you are. Like, how many freaking Canadian Springs have we had now? 4? For those of you who don't know, Canadian Spring is when it starts getting warm. You think spring's arriving, but nope, it's not really spring. And we get another week or 2 of winter. I'm just trying to keep my power lines all at the same height here, so maybe all we'll do is... let's grab you, put you on the corner here. Oh, that sucks, man. So yet another Canadian Spring. Yeah, it's been warm, it's been cold, it's been warm, it's been cold. It just won't freaking make up its mind. Hey, is that everyone? Yeah, that puts you powered up. Let's get you. Okay, so. Yeah, I actually have to mow. I do get to be able to mow my lawn. I'm obviously in a warmer climate than you. Damn near desert. I'm also closer to the West Coast. But yeah. It's not... like, it's freaking end of April, right? Okay, so now I need to build my truck path going down there. So for that, I'm going to use the universal so I can convert. That is not a universal truck path. That is, in fact, my road segments. Universal truck path. I want the universal vehicle path. I'm going to put that on 4. Try that again. Add that to 4. So you can see there's my truck path or tractor path. Ooh, I have to use tractor path now. So I'll grab the tractor path because I use the tractor path. All right, so it does lay down just like you would lay down train tracks. So I'm going to find the center of my road here, and we'll point you off in that direction. And I'm going to drag this out. The neat thing is that it actually follows the contours of the ground. Like, it's aware of what's underneath it. And just like any train, you do have to properly complete the action. Oh, no, there it is. Which is kind of neat, because if I delete the section underneath and bring that tool back up, if the truck can't make it over an area, it blocks it off. It actually turns it into red, telling you that, yep, this path is no longer valid. Even though the path is there, because if there's no ground for it to drive under, it doesn't exist. It says no bueno. Okay. So now I want to find a connection over here. So let's see, where can you connect in? Anywhere along here? Oh, wait, no, I know what I need to do is I need to get them to change lanes. So anyone who's going this way is going to need to change lanes to over here. So merge this way, and I'm going to make a nice straight little bit here. Like that. for it to hook into, and then I can go like this. And it really is. It's just straight up same splining as that we're used to for everything else. So now I have a branch path here, which I can then connect and wrap around the corner. Make sure that it's not going to clip anything, and if it is, we can maybe extend this back a little bit. Or I'll just delete that whole section. Let's grab our corner here, get a nice corner. Yeah, this is so much easier to make your tractor paths. I am so very, 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 very happy with what they've given us, yeah. Because this is something this is part of our normal, standard gameplay, right? Is just lay paths, lay down the splines. Just measuring where that curve will go to. I'm going to manually put in this section of road here. Really hard sometimes to get things to go straight. Just like running with trains. Here. Because now I can come from here, and that can go to there. You can call me Ray, or you can call me Jay, and there we go. Okay. So when you're laying out, like I said at the beginning of the stream here, so when you're laying out your tractor paths, the first thing you have to do is you have to get one complete loop, station to station. Once you have that complete loop, then you can just start adding and subtracting paths, just like you would with the train. It behaves exactly the same way. The nodes do the same thing. For example, here I'm starting to pick up a little bit of weird curvature, so I'll do a straight section. All the way down to, say, as far as it'll go, which is right there. I can then run back. It knows what direction it's going. Nope, you see it's telling me, screw you, you can't go that way. So a little bit, I don't know, what would, it's a toss-up between whether or not it's like a cross, working with these paths here is like a cross between, let's try that in English. It's like working with a cross between a conveyor belt and a rail track. It kind of lays down like a conveyor belt, but it uses the splicing in, like, so when you put switches and stuff in, or branches, unlike a conveyor belt where you have to use splitters, mergers, and the like, you can just connect directly to the path. But it feels like more like I'm laying down a conveyor, if that makes any kind of sense. Okay, so, yeah, see, I'm drifting off path here again. Every once in a while, it just kind of, well, no, that's me actually screwing up and putting it in the wrong place. So, that's on me. So let's grab that again. Try to keep it on path, which is right along here. Not over there, right here. Okay, coming up to the Caterium station. I'm going to send the path past the Caterium station. We're going to come all the way out to here. Not that I'm planning on driving out here. I just want to get the road all the way out to here for absolutely no reason, and then I'm going to turn around. See how tight we can make it. Right about, yeah, I can get it pretty straight here. See what happens if I come, nope, we're gonna come back this way. There we go, so we put that in there, and then we can connect. There. There. Okay, now we have a complete loop. And then I go this way. And all the way that we can start working our way back. But before I head back, I just want to get enough track laid down so that I can come back over here. Let's get you around the corner here. Go to there. We'll come around the corner here. Drive right the heck past. To there. Oh, and there are different building modes there. If I hit R, you can see I can still do straight, which I'll do right here. And I can still do default, so we still have the same like the conveyors. And I think I'll join you in right there. Okay, we'll take you. Join you in right there. I'm going to make sure I name this guy now. So you do have to name things. So we're going to go Caterium Depot. T for tractor or truck, as the case may be. We don't need to worry about fuel. You are going to load. Now I need to bring the Caterium up here. I've got the truck path. I don't have to do anything else with the truck path back here, because I can do that all back at the station as long as this has got a viable path. And as I run back that way, I'll finish connecting the road. But I want to get my Caterium mine plugged in. So I think, yeah, I'll go through the floor. I should probably just take these sections of fences out. Like that. There we go. That way I don't have to keep jumping. Okay, so let's run power. And I'm just going to pop the power underneath the floor here. I guess I'm just going to fall through the hole. Grab you. Oh, I wanted to get not the light. Is there not a power pole? Oh, there's the power pole. There we go. Make sure the wire stays nice and hidden. Can be a bit of a pain sometimes to get these guys to line up. I think that's pretty good. There we go. Now we can put this back here, and that can just drop in through there. All right, let's get the power this way. Into there, and into the mine itself. All right, let's get a place for the Caterium to actually go into. Which is going to be right here. Floor hole into there. Into there. Ow. All right. Let the Caterium flow. Yeah, it's not going to flow into a Mark 1 lift. How do you miss a set of stairs? Walking. All right. I am. Good Lord. I was literally standing right next to it, and I still got it wrong. I still missed. Yeah. Alright. Are you lined up this time? So that if I put a Mark III there, yeah, you'll actually connect. Good. I'm gonna remove you. Put you going that way. Get you up to the Mark III, and in you go. Yep, there we go. And you notice that tractor segment there is red. That means it is detected that there is no more road underneath, and tractors will fall to their doom. So it will stop the traffic from flowing there. Okay. So Caterium is being loaded. Track is ready to go. Okay, yeah, now all I have to do is finish connecting the rest of this guy to the main network, and then we can program up a tractor. And bring our Caterium. Like I say, every once in a while, I just like to, make sure I've got a nice straight section going. I don't know what the hell I did there. I don't know, but I can tell that is not done very well. Sound off, dummy, sound off, in. There you go. Okay. All right. What is an arrow? Looks like it's going in the wrong direction. Doesn't look like you're doing anything, actually. It looks like you're not even connected. Okay. No, you're all good. Okay. I think you're good. Done. I was making sure we're still going down the straight path. Whee! Alright, we're coming up to the intersection. Just like the rails, you can only go so far, and you're starting to do some kind of weird wandering thing again, so let's just kind of get you all straightened out again. There we are, just like that. I got myself turned around. Up to the top of the hill. By the way, the tracks will also follow the ground topology as well, which is kind of neat. All right. So rules of the road, inside lane to inside lane. So you got to pull into this lane first. That way you avoid whatever merging traffic's coming in through there. But at some point, you will need to join up with the main thoroughfare of traffic. Okay, so everybody is hooked up. Again, do we only need to do that? That looks hooked up. That's hooked up. All right, back to the main base. Let's get the Caterium defined and get a tractor on the route. and make sure the route does in fact work. And I can drink some coffee now. Cold coffee. That didn't start out cold, but it's there now. Then, of course, I need to get all the rest of the tractors working because, blocking traffic. Okay, who wants to be my Caterium? Who wants to do the quick wire? I'm going to bring the coal over to this one. Because I'm going to put the steel plant over there because there's my iron. That is actually going to be for... This is entirely for steel. Of course, I have run out of iron. The tractor hasn't been running for the last couple hours. All right, so you are going to be... so Caterium receiving TCTR. First thing I'm going to need to do here is let's grab ourselves our tractor. And I can do that just by going like this. Go to my tractor. Let's point you in the right direction. Oh, I don't have a tractor path for you, do I? No, not yet. All right, so we're going to need to do that. So I'm going to come from here. I don't know if I have that recipe yet. I think I might. I might have chosen not to. Because quite frankly, this is my... I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I still have the option for that, but I'll put whatever quick wire I'm going to be doing over here because I have a copper right directly below my feet. So if I do have the recipe, because I don't remember if I grabbed it or not, then I'll use that one because it does give me better production. Okay, so you can see here that this truck path doesn't wrap all the way around. It's actually going straight into that station there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn you going that way. We'll connect you up. We'll round the corner. Which... You're trying to go in the wrong direction. Why? I don't know. All I want you to do is I want you to merge there. Then we can take you, merge you there. There we go. And then I take you, and you want to connect there. This is where I'm using the straight functionality because it's giving me some very nice sharp turns. Come on. What are you doing here to me, buddy? There you go. Okay. Then if you come around the corner here. Okay, it doesn't work quite as the same as the conveyor straight. I still have the ability to rotate on straight. Unlike the conveyor, which you can't, so. Yeah, it's a blend. It's a blend of two different things that we're already used to. I need to have these segments of road terminate at different locations. So I can make this corner here. So I'm going to do that to connect that up, and then I'll reconnect here to here. All right. You can pull in, you can pull out. Excellent. Let's grab that tractor again now that he's got a path to run on. And notice, you got a path. He's going to drive that path. That's And you can see that he's pointing in the right direction. Yeah. All right, so let's put you, and this is what makes this really awesome is that you can, your pickup is exactly where it's supposed to be, right on the freaking pause symbol there. No more having your tractor parked somewhere back here and magically loading up. Oh, this really has made all the freaking difference in the world. Let's get that coal in there. You already loaded up with your coal? No, you're not. Why? Load up the coal. You need to be unload. You are set to unload. And now we go into the tractor. I hit Q. We go to our vehicle path. So you can see here we have our Caterium receiving. We have iron. Did I not? Did you not connect? It actually shows me the freaking roadway here. Yeah, there's the paths. Caterium Depot. Okay, I have a bit of an issue here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go check my track because it doesn't seem to want to be able to connect up there, which is weird. Because the coal... because these guys are fine. That's fine. Vehicle. Can I name this truck? Autopilot status, no route available. Okay, okay, so I know everything's perfectly happy, hunky-dory, all the way down to the intersection. It's at the intersection that I'm running into my problems. I'm not sure why I took the tractor. Mostly because I think it shows me the path. That's not bad, 70K. Faster than your typical residential street. So what is that? That's like 45 miles an hour? Give or take? That street light might be a bit of a problem, so I'll have to check that. What's nice is that I get to see the full path as I'm driving along here, so I can see my trucks, you know, whether the paths are good. I think what I might do is not have that loop going all the way to the end. Yeah, I'm going to take this loop section out here. I think that might be somehow messing me up with my connections. Yeah, see, I got a weird overlap here. I think that was the problem. Okay, now if I go back into the tractor, can I program you up right? Caterium, nope. Why, oh why are you not showing up? You are in fact powered? Yes, you are in fact powered. You're All right, let's check the rest of the path. You come through here, you're coming through here just fine. Why are you not? I don't understand. Sorry, give me half a sec here, guys. Oh, do not hit that button. All right, sorry, Packer. Yeah, not sure. What would happen? Okay, let's disassemble the tractor. Let's rebuild the tractor. I'm gonna put the tractor right here on this path. Hey, can you, there we go. All right, give me half a sec again. Okay. I feel like I'm about to walk off the edge of the earth. So what I'm trying to do is I just want to slide this guy along the path. I need something to stand on here. So I'll just extend that out. Okay. So what is... Oh. I found the problem. I found the problem. It won't go there because it can't. I think I found the problem. No? Sliding along, sliding along. Yeah, I did. I did. I think I did. It's the station's not actually on the path. Okay, so let's try that again. Okay, I'm gonna... All right, again, little man emergency going on there. Getting it all wrapped up. Sorry, again. Okay, so this just might be a little bit too tight of a space, and I think that's what's causing me some small amount of grief here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open... Oh my god, the paths... The vehicle paths really do want priority. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move this back. That's going to mean I'm going to have to move that light standard, which is going to break some connections. It's going to disconnect the station, but that's okay. And so I can just reconnect it like that. Pull you out of here. Okay, so now I should be able to get you all connected up, right? Okay, and then you go into there. So now if I take this tractor, I'll snap you to the path. I'll throw the coal I picked up in there. Let's get into the tractor, queue, vehicle path, and why? Why are you doing this? Why are you being such a butt? Okay, so you're definitely there. I'm just... Like, what the hell, man? Why can I not put this station in? I'm gonna remove the marker. I mean, I'm clearly at the station. The tractor... Is the connection further down? I wonder if that's where my problem is. But you know what? It is now 20 after. I'm gonna end this episode just like I ended at last week's episode, and that's troubleshooting the truck paths and the tractor paths. These guys, I think, are going to be a little bit of time for me to get used to working with them. I think maybe the problem might be at the other intersection. It is getting to be a bit busy intersection. Of course, intersections are always going to be where you have the most traffic problems, regardless of whether it's in a game or in the real world. But I'll figure that out off camera. But we did get more or less what we needed to get accomplished. Our power, that is not power, that is power. Our power is well in, back under control. 16 coal power plants are going to hold me steady. I might have to actually put a truck station down here, or track so I can drop off coal. I may actually have to expand this out to another 16, because until I unlock fuel power, yeah, I'm getting power's getting to be an issue. I don't want to be relying anymore on biopower. Again, if we look at our power here, I'm currently producing 1,200. That's all coming out of the coal power plants. I have a maximum up to go up to 1,680 currently. That's because some of the bio plants are still operating, but that's strictly on how the bio plants are doing. I might throw some more plants in there as kind of like emergency bridge power, so that when we do cross out, because our max consumption is still ahead of our max, slightly ahead of our current production, but we're only consuming 770. That's the number I'm trying to chase. These are the two that I need. I need to keep this one above this one, not this one. This one can be higher, but because that's what, if everything was running, this is what is currently running. So that's where we are from there. So looking up at the lovely sky up there, We can see the auroras and some beautiful planets and stuff. We are going to draw this episode to a close. Thanks everyone for watching. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to leave a comment, please leave a comment. No AI trolling, please and thank you. If you're not subscribed and you want to become a channel subscriber, there you can hit the link before. It really helps the channel, helps YouTube algorithms, so that the channel can get more views and bigger. You know the routine. If you want to become a channel member, you can hit the link in the description or hit the join button below. I should stop waving my camera around. It's very annoying for you guys, isn't it? You can become a channel member, get videos out early. You can see them ahead of time, and you get the shout out. Lee Barron, channel member, thank you very much for your ongoing support. But that's going to do it for me today. Everyone, be safe out there. Be good out there. Have yourself a great day. Until next time, bye.